That's why even back then, like medieval times, they just drank a shitload of like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, beer and wine.
Yeah,
because that's the only way you could make sure the water was actually like safe to drink.
Everything else is full of bacteria.
Yeah, bro. So like, imagine that. Like we waking up, it's like, yo, where's your bottle of red?
Babies just transition from breast milk to beer.
Yeah.
There's nothing in between. Welcome to the Worst Asian Podcast, where a couple Asian American millennials give you our shitty opinions on all things Asian. My name is Lingjie. I'm here with my extraordinarily nice co-host.
Whoa,
Ben.
You're in a good mood.
I'm not.
I should
stop insulting you so much.
Oh, what the heck? You're being nice again.
Because you're a good guy.
Whoa. Who's dying?
No one.
Who's going?
I am.
Oh, stop. Don't say that now.
Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Ben, how are you doing on this lovely summer day in Flushing, New York, Queens?
Where am I? No, I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. I was peeping you eating the watermelon.
Yeah, I was trying to I was trying to eat some watermelon. I was trying to eat some watermelon before we start recording because it's past lunchtime and I have had no food, which is normally okay. But talking and doing this podcast takes up a lot of energy.
It does, right?
Yo, it is. We've said this several times. Projecting, talking, making conversation for 3 hours straight is very, very fucking tiring.
You know how they say like world champion chess players, like their brain is burning like 800 calories per like 15 minutes? I don't know.
That sounds horrendously inaccurate. Even just on the surface. With zero fact checking, that's not
how many calories is our brain burning off?
I don't know how many calories are burning, but we're definitely burning at least like a substantial amount more than if we were sitting here doing nothing. If I was like doing some work on the computer for 3 hours versus us doing this for 3 hours.
Oh crap!
I mean, when I talk, I flail my hands around a lot, anyways, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm always doing this, anyways. So I guess that is more movement. I'm burning calories, but just this talking, the act of talking, and this is very, very tiring. So I probably should have squeezed more watermelon into my mouth before we hit record.
Why do you like to you just love saying squeeze?
Eat. Ingest more watermelon.
You know, it's funny. Like people ask like about, oh, how do you do the podcast? I'm like, people don't realize how much, energy we had to put into this and the actual thought. I know people are like, oh, Ben has no thought, but actually, I do try.
I didn't say it. You did. I'm being nice to you today.
That's true. I do try. That's why even like. We do little sound checks, and Lingjie will always like remind us, like, all right, guys, remember energy up.
Yeah.
Less speak into the mic. Give me 10 burpees. And I was like, okay, I could do some of those. 3 of the 4 I can do.
3 of the 4.
That's what I can do.
Which ones can you not do? Don't answer. We'll let the audience just guess on what you might not be able to do.
How are you doing though?
I'm doing good. It's been a busy week. This summer's actually been very good. I'm taking more time to just enjoy life. Enjoy my family, enjoy all the other small things because the summer passes by fast. And I went to Collect-A-Con this past weekend.
Okay.
Collect-A-Con is a convention for, guess what it's for? Collect-A-Con.
Collecting con? You're collecting cans or coins or?
It's just for collectibles.
Ah.
So it's a convention they held in Jersey for collectibles. The main things are TCG trading card games like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, One Piece, stuff like that. They also had a pretty large assortment of sports trading cards as well. This is why I was telling Ben after I went, I was like, Ben, this place is great. You should have come.
Yo, Lingjie kept like rubbing it. He's like, yo, this place is the bomb, bro. Like, Ben, how come you're not here? I wasn't invited.
But I had no idea it existed. And this is my first collectible convention that I went to, but it was really, really enjoyable. I've said this on the podcast. I collect Pokemon cards because I like shiny plastic on cardboard.
On cardboard?
Yeah.
A quick little plug out, shut out?
No.
Just kidding.
No plug, something like that.
Just kidding.
I just do it because I like it. Plus, the main reason why I actually went is I told you my son is really into Pokemon.
Yes.
He's really into Pokemon cards. And he likes it when we go to like small local hobby shops where they sell Pokemon cards and stuff like that.
I still enjoy those too. Yeah, they're great.
I thought he would get a kick if we went to this basically giant card store, right?
Yes.
With all these booths, all these vendors and everything. And he had a lot of fun. We told them we were going to the mall
I like that. So a little surprise.
And then when we got there and he walked inside and he saw this giant, like 3-story inflated Pikachu, he got pretty hyped up. He's like, this is not a mall. I see Pokemon stuff everywhere.
Like he's like, you lied, Dad.
So that was good. It was mainly for him, but in a weird way, it was also for me too, because I spent a lot of time looking at the vendors, just checking out stuff. Made a bunch of purchases as well. And my son also made some purchases too. We gave him some money and he was able to buy some cards. He also just got a kick of walking around.
Yeah.
They had like other special guests too. If you guys watch Pokemon as a kid, you know that original song that they sang, I want to be the very best.
Dun, dun, dun.
Basically, that's sung by Jason Page. And he was actually at the event. And he was singing that song live at the event. So like that was pretty cool.
To catch them. Imagine you were singing. Edit this part out. Imagine her singing that to your son.
I'll beep out his name. That's fine. They had him there. They had the original voice actor of Ash Ketchum. They had the original voice actor of Goku as well, and like a bunch of other people as well. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's fucking awesome.
You would have liked it. You would have liked it.
Yeah. You know what's weird? I've been rewatching Dragon Ball lately. That's the crazy part.
The old Dragon Ball?
The old Dragon Ball Z saga. And like I'm still like, man, this guy's voice is Goku.
He's still there. He's still doing this. So that was super, super fun. I had a lot of fun over there. I would definitely recommend going to it if you are into like some kind of collectible thing. Or if you have a kid that's into like TCGs, Pokemon cards, stuff like that, they would probably get a kick out of it as well.
Was there a lot of you did mention it, but was there a lot of cosplayers, or was it like
there was like a few cosplayers? This wasn't as if you went to Anime Con or a regular Comic Con or anything like that, but there were a few people that like to dress up. I think for the most part, 90% of the people at the very least wore T-shirts of a thing they liked. So if they were there for like Yu-Gi-Oh, they wore Yu-Gi-Oh clothes. If they were there for Pokemon, they wore Pokemon clothes. Even like sports card people wore like sports card apparel,
like Michael Jordan,
jerseys and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right. So I think everyone was really into it. It was pretty fun. Definitely would go again. And next time I go to one, I'm actually gonna try to remember to tell you earlier, because Ben collects sports cards. So Ben would also get a kick out of like looking around. Even if you made no purchases, you get to see some of the cards that you've never seen before.
That's what my next question is like. I feel like it's really hard to try to control your urges because you're window shopping technically.
Yeah.
I know you told me you made some purchases, but like, did you feel like, damn, there's so much more? Like, there are so many things I wanted.
We spent 6 hours there, and we took it slow in the beginning because I wanted my son to enjoy it. But the latter half of it, my wife was with my son doing their thing, and I was just like sprinting from booth to booth, vendor to vendor, quickly looking to see what they have, trying to like get down prices on certain things. I made a few purchases, but even then, I probably missed a bunch of booths as well. Or even if I went to that booth, I probably skimmed too quickly. I might have missed a card that I was looking for, like a good deal on something.
How much time do you think you would need it to do like a thorough scan?
The whole thing is like
6 hours, but
10 to 5, right? Or on Saturdays it's 10 to 6. I think I would need the entire thing by myself.
Right.
Like I legit would need to like skim everything by, because if you're there for the actual purpose of to purchase something, you probably need time, because sometimes you're working on a deal like with the seller for like 10-15 minutes, right? Just like talking prices, trying to figure out where you're at, where he's at. And that's if you find something to actually that you want to buy.
Yeah.
So there is like, it's picture like Pawn Stars. If you guys watch Pawn Stars
is a great fucking show. And I misheard you for a quick second there.
What did you think I said?
I'm sure it's like, yo, if you guys love Porn Stars, this is the place to come. Literally. Like literally, yeah, you can come here. So I was like, when you said, I was like, oh, thank God you meant Pawn Stars. Okay. Anyway, I'm back.
If you love Porn Stars, you can go to, but there's none there. So I'm sure a bunch of the people love Porn Stars as well.
Check out our future episode where we're gonna go to Amateur Con, and
it's called Exoticon.
Oh, Exoticon. There you go. And then
that's a real thing.
Okay, so yeah, we have
it's Exoticon with 3 X's.
3 X's, and we have backstage passes. All VIP access.
I don't think my wife would ever let me go to anything like that. Okay, by the way.
And I'm just kidding. And we're back to...
Ben's just going to FaceTime me. He's going to go. He'll FaceTime me around.
It's like, I forgot to invite you. Holy crap, dude. That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah. You should go. Next time, we'll try to go to one together. Like, there's smaller car shows around New York City as well. I actually might try to, like, hit up some of the smaller card shows as well. This one was gigantic, but there's smaller shows as well.
So this kind of like, you're like, now you can see it in the future. And for your son, too, I bet you he'll be so happy to go.
It was great because as a kid, he walks around and like a bunch of vendors are nice that they just give free stuff to kids.
I saw that on your table over there.
Yeah, like they'll give kids free stuff because they know like kids are just, kids don't care if it's like expensive card or whatever. They just care like, oh, it's something cool. I got more cards or I got like a certain picture.
It has a Pikachu on.
Right, or something like that. So kids get a kick out of it, even if you take away like the financial part of it.
It was really cool. Our store that we were growing up was called Hurricane. So like, just imagine that, but like times like literally like 100.
No, it's like times like 200-300.
Yeah.
The place was ridiculously large. Oh, so I was trying to say it's like basically like Pawn Stars.
Yes.
Just picture every like table was like a Pawn Stars guy, and he had like a table full of stuff, and you were
right.
trying to go back. You could sell stuff to the vendors as well. So if you have a collection to sell, you could try to like sell stuff. You could trade in
Someone
stuff.
like walks in, is like, I have here the shell of a Squirtle. like, they're like,
It's a real Squirtle.
it's just a dead turtle. They're like, how much can I get for this?
Shout out, someone had like a tortoise at the event.
Oh, that's
Like-
really
like-
cool.
like a giant-
like a real
Like
tortoise.
a really live tortoise at the
Yeah,
event.
that's actually really cool.
Like a spectator just carrying around his tortoise.
he's feeding it like fucking lettuce on the side and shit.
Maybe he's really into like Squirtle or something. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Okay, anyways, guys, this is our monthly news episode. Sorry, last
Yes.
month in July, we missed a news episode.
Damn, that's how bad we were.
But that's during the whole, I was going to say traumatic phase, but that wasn't traumatic.
I was gonna say during our COVID pandemic,
yeah,
our
yeah.
little pandemic.
Our little thing over there. So we're back on
Yes.
track right now. Let's get into it. Our monthly news episode for August, the last month of the summer, even though technically September is technically summer, but that shit
Yes.
gets too cold.
We're calling it the Asian News Summer Edition.
The one and only summer edition because we
Yes.
missed July, basically.
Yes.
All right, Ben, do you want to kick this off with what do you have in terms of spectacular Asian news
Oh,
happening in the Asian
that's
community?
a lot of pressure. Not really that spectacular. I just thought it was fucking funny. Actually, this one's not funny. Let's just save this one for later. Where's the one I was trying to look at? There we go. So in light, we just did a recent episode entailing about
Less sums, Ben. You're really umming a lot.
the Paris Olympics. It's coming up, but I have this woman right here, a Japan women's gymnastics captain. She's
Japan
the
woman okay, the captain of the Japanese
Japanese
gymnastics
women's-
team at the Olympics.
She is out because she has been caught smoking.
She's no longer the captain of the Olympic team because she's smoking.
She had to resign. So Shoko Miyata, she is a 19-year-old girl. She's the captain of the Japanese women's.
At 19 years old already? Okay.
Yeah, and she has withdrawn from the squad from the Paris Games, violating the team's code of conduct by smoking. By the Japanese Gymnastics Association said on Friday, July the 19th.
She was caught smoking and she voluntarily stepped down.
Yes. So
Yo, that's the stupidest thing. Let's just be real.
right. So look, I do smoke cigarettes, but I do know it's terrible for you, right? We all know that. But at the same time, I understand why some people need to smoke. It's for me, it helps a lot with my stress. You know, these Olympians, they're high stress. You know, they have to sleep on cardboard boxes.
Listen to the last episode, like the last
Yo,
2 minutes.
Yeah, it's factual.
We're not saying anything.
Yeah, we're not gonna say anything. You know, but yeah, dude, the coach saying like she's just under a lot of pressure. So in case she needs, you know, a cigarette.
Okay,
Your thoughts?
I have various thoughts. Number
Yes,
one,
yes,
I think
yes,
you should have rules of conduct. I get that. Like,
I agree.
don't sleep with each other. Don't do anything weird.
yeah.
That's my first thought, right?
Right.
Smoking, fine. If you want to be that strict and say like, you shouldn't smoke because you're like a public figure. You don't want to promote that kind of behavior. I
Right.
get it. Fine.
Right.
You're caught smoking a cigarette. Should you really resign, or should you just get like a slap on the back of your hand? There
Yeah.
are other ways to resolve this issue without just having her resign, because it's also a detriment to the team. Because in theory, unless she's the worst coach, right? Unless she was the worst coach, now your coach is gone.
She's the captain, bro.
Oh, sorry, she's the captain. She's the
No,
captain.
she's the fucking captain.
Oh, wait. I was thinking coach. So she's the captain. So she also competes?
She competes in this shit.
So now she's not competing in the Olympics?
She just withdrew, like literally just this past month, though, and it's just happening. That's crazy.
Yo,
That's OD.
why would you? Come on, guys. Because Japanese culture still smokes a lot. Korean culture still smokes a lot.
Yeah.
I get that it's not good and it's bad PR.
Yeah.
Give her a slap on the back. Do what they always do to other druggies, right? Like real druggies. Just make them go to rehab so it looks like they did something, right? Yeah, just like have her take out like a non-smoking course or some bullshit like that. Quit the damn team.
Just fucking, or just tell her, like, yo, you just can't be caught smoking. You know,
Yeah.
like, tell her, tell her, yo, go smoke in the balcony. Wear a mask.
Make her publicly apologize.
Yeah.
Japanese people love publicly apologizing to anything. Yo, it's true. Whenever, like, let's say, what's a big Japanese company?
Samsung.
Like let's say
Sony.
let's say like Sony does something bad. Their company had some kind of like their phones went on fire, which is actually Korean, by the way. That's
Yeah, I was
Samsung.
gonna say, yeah, we're number one in that.
But if their phones went on fire, very often you would see like the owner of Sony do like a press conference,
Yeah.
and he'll publicly apologize. He'll be bowing. Have you seen like the word they do some stuff? They go on stage, they bow in, to say they're sorry. They say all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Make her do something like that for such a minor thing. Because the worst part is, I imagine even if she's not like a high level athlete, like number one contender,
Yeah.
she probably put in years of work
Yeah.
to make it.
Yes, you
And
have
now
to.
It's in the garbage.
It's a childhood dream. Literally, it's a fucking dream.
Fuck that.
Right. What's it? There was a government official in Japan. He was doing pull-ups on the train. Someone recorded it, and then he had to issue a public apology. You know, strong amounts of bows.
Yeah, lots of bows.
Like fucking just.
The amount of bows are equivalent to the severity of what you did.
He was fanning, the officials with his bows. I believe they're saying that he was probably under the influence, but he wasn't displaying any like weird, like he wasn't being sloppy. But you see this dude fucking like rip.
Was he just being a nuisance to the other people on the train, I guess?
That's all it was. He wasn't bumping into it. Was just, they're very calm pull-ups too. They're very, very
calm. If you
calm.
go to New York subway station, there's people doing pull-ups all the time.
And they say showtime.
Yeah,
That's their pull-ups, bro.
Showtime.
And the funny part is like the Showtime people, they do like those crazy.
This is a very New York thing, if you know what we're talking about.
So like, there'll be dudes from New York. They'll be like doing breakdance scenes on the middle of the train while it's fucking packed. The funniest one I saw is when like this dude actually kicked a dude in the face. Like he was sitting down and he swiped this guy in the face. And like, and I know the guy, and I knew the guy knew. He's like, Showtime, and he just kept going, bro.
He kept going.
He kept going, bro.
Yo, did that guy say anything? The
guy just ate it. The guy ate it. He looked at it, he ate it, and then like
he's like, I was about to give you $1, but not anymore.
I think the guy still asked for $1 too. I think he still went to him with a hat and shit.
The balls to kick someone in the face and then still bring your tip jar around that, asking for a tip or something.
Yeah, man.
Ah, fuck.
But isn't that crazy? It just happened July 19th. The Paris Games is like little over a month.
By the time this thing happened, we're in the middle of the Paris Games. Guys, how are you enjoying the Paris Games right now?
Holy crap.
How are you enjoying the games?
China's killing it, bro.
China's killing it.
South Korea, we're catching up. We won some. That's good.
Great.
And we'll take it. Team USA.
Live updates.
Oh, God.
Live updates from the past.
Yeah. In the future.
That's pretty fucked up. I think, if anything, her teammates, other athletes should have encouraged her not to step down.
Yeah. Can I ask you, since about your about this, Sha'Carri Richardson, she's a track and field star, right?
Yeah.
She got caught for smoking marijuana.
Right.
What is your thoughts about it as well? Because
I think it's the same thing too. If she's doing it somewhere where it's legal, because lots of states have it legalized, I think it's fine. I think she's following the rules. If she's technically not breaking anything, the only thing that she might be breaking is the same thing. This code of conduct that she has with,
that's what it was,
with track and field or whatever, right? That's the only thing that she might be breaking. Same thing too, unless it's like explicitly stated that one violation of all the rules of this code of conduct thing means that you have to step down or quit or whatever.
Right.
Fuck it. She shouldn't step down. Did she step down?
Who's Sha'Carri?
Yeah.
She wasn't allowed to compete. That's the thing too.
She was not allowed to. Not that she voluntarily
She didn't.
Oh, fuck that.
She wanted to. She accepted it gracefully, and it sucked because she was actually. Oh shit! Like she
had a chance.
She had a chance. Like everyone's saying, she was a front runner.
Would the marijuana in her system have been a violation of whatever the Olympic drug testing thing was?
I believe it's under the there's anti-doping. It's on the list.
Okay, so
technically, for Olympic rules, it is breaking it.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, in that case, I get that why she was not allowed to do it. I also think maybe they need to update the rules a little bit and like have marijuana or CBD be maybe allowed in for certain exemptions. Or let's say you're in a country. What's the country where people go to smoke weed in Europe?
Amsterdam.
Like, wait, that's not the country. Is Amsterdam a country? Denmark. Poland, Netherlands. Like if you're an athlete from the Netherlands, you probably have secondhand marijuana in your body already, right?
Also, shout out to our good fat friend on the highway. I feel like he's gonna fact check this. Bitch, I don't know if it's actually true. So don't even I don't want to hear when we're all chilling and stuff. Continue, sorry.
Yes. If you're from a country where it's legal to do that kind of stuff, why should you be penalized for it otherwise, right?
Yeah, I agree with you about that.
But then I guess in the same argument for what I'm trying to say, if you're in a country where steroids are legal,
right.
then on the flip side, should that be allowed? No, right? Okay. It's a weird gray area.
It's kind of like what is deemed like performance enhancing,
right.
I guess. But it's like, we don't know the actual.
She was so
rules of
hungry,
it.
she has to run faster so she can finish the race.
Like you would think for most part, smoking weed would, be a disadvantage. But if the athlete is wholeheartedly, accepting that, but still, going in the competition like that, I don't see how it's.
No, I think it's fine.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
I personally think I thought it was really unfair. I thought she should have been given more of a chance to appeal her case.
Right. But I guess with the whole doping thing and the blood testing, they're very, very strict on that because it's like a hard boundary.
Right.
You do it or you don't. That's it, period. That's why
exactly. Black or white, yes.
sometimes even athletes who take supplements, like vitamins, there are certain vitamins that's screened by an organization that they pass the qualifications for certain sports or federations, right? Maybe they shouldn't take one a day men's, right? But they should take some other more expensive thing that's been tested and screened and approved that they're not accidentally taking something. Because some athletes will take things accidentally.
That is true, yeah.
Because it's part of another supplement that they're on or something, right?
Yeah, they generally just trust their nutritionist or their sports scientist
or the company that's making the thing.
Exactly. All right, so
that's, guys.
It kind of sucks, bro. Yeah.
Onto a more happy topic.
Yes,
Ben,
yes.
You probably heard this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Spam launches a new flavor.
Yes.
Fuck. Okay, so you know what this is.
Yeah, no, I'm excited though. Do you have some?
Spam launches a new flavor.
Yeah.
Guess or not guess. Tell us what that flavor is.
Kimchi flavor. No, it's not kimchi flavor. It's Korean barbecue.
It's Korean barbecue. A little bit spicy, very, very lightly spicy and a little bit sweet as well.
Okay.
Did you know it's actually a big deal? Because when I first heard this news, I thought it was whatever, not that big of a deal.
Okay, yeah.
Because Oreos makes a million flavors. Kit Kats makes a million flavors.
That's true.
So I thought it's not that big of a deal. But it turns out that Spam has historically made a bunch of flavors, but at a time in production right now, guess how many flavors of Spam there are currently in production? It's not that many.
Low sodium. I think there's. I forgot the.
Oh, you trying to guess at them all?
Yeah.
I actually have the list here.
4, 5.
There's actually more than that.
Oh shit.
There is 12 current flavors.
Oh shit.
And then you add Korean barbecue, but 12 is not a lot.
Considering the history of
right,
the Spams.
and considering Spam is so popular, you'd think they would just make random flavors.
Almost every month, yeah.
New York chopped cheese flavor or something, right?
Yeah, sour cream and onion.
But they don't. So having them make Korean barbecue as a current flavor right now is actually kind of a pretty big deal considering that they only have 12 current flavors.
It's a big honor.
So the other flavors, what'd you say? Low sodium?
Yep.
Light and low sodium are technically two different ones.
Light is it's more or less calories.
Yeah.
But sodium is
just
less
sodium.
Salt.
Yeah, it's less.
That's the one we get.
Which one do you get? The less sodium or the light?
The less sodium. Because if they say light, I'm like, we already don't know what Spam is.
Now you said something that's healthy-ish?
Yeah, the healthy thing, but it's like, what makes it healthy? You gotta ask yourself that. So we're like, let's do less
What's
sodium.
The filler product? There's less fat.
Yeah, exactly. What is the fucking filler, dude?
What's filling up the space that's taking the place of fat? Right?
Yeah, what is it, dude?
Yo, you ever notice that back in the day, guys, when you used to open the can of Spam, there used to be this jelly gunk that was at the top?
Yeah, you're right.
Back in the day. But now, whatever formula or process that they do, there's no longer that gunk.
You're right, yeah.
Because as a kid, I specifically remember getting Spam brand. Every time you pop the top, there was that weird Jello thing.
Yeah, I can remember that color too.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's not there anymore.
It's not there. Yo,
it's not.
They're filling this meat with more preservatives. They're putting some shit in there.
But if you ever watch one of those factory tours, it's surprisingly less weird things than we think.
Yeah.
It's just that we joke about it, and as a society, we kind of shit on them as a joke that it's this mystery product.
Yeah.
But there's actually more real ingredients than actually what you would think.
Yeah, if it was that bad, we would have enough long-term studies to suggest Spam is killing babies.
Well, it's the sodium intake.
It's the sodium intake.
It's the sodium and the fat. So if you're not into that, then that makes sense.
I do think Spam is salty. That's why
Spam is
It is, right?
How do people eat regular Spam?
I don't know.
It's so fucking salty. Even over rice or a masubi, just the regular straight original Spam is too salty. I feel like I have to get.
You need rice.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I have to get low sodium version of it.
Yeah.
Especially when we do hot pot.
It's perfect. The low sodium is perfect.
Yeah. It's still probably a smidge too salty, but it's much better than the original one.
Yeah, dunk it in water.
The other flavors, just so we can get through this list. If you guys are curious, the other flavors are jalapeno.
Oh, okay.
Bacon.
I think I had that. There's a maple syrup one, I think.
Less sodium?
Yeah.
Turkey. I've actually never had turkey spam.
I never had turkey too. I actually want to try that.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, I kind of want to try that now.
If it's real turkey, it actually sounds interesting.
Okay. All right, cool. Turkey.
Original spam,
Yeah.
hickory smoked.
I think I had
Lots
that.
of people like that. I feel like in the middle of the
had
country,
that.
people have
I
that.
tried that
How
one.
is that? Is that weird?
Yeah, I don't like it. Because it has like, it's a very smoky, artificial.
Okay, it's like artificial smoke taste.
It's like when you try to get like maple or like honey flavored bacon. It like, especially if you don't get like the really nice one,
Yeah.
it feels like you taste the artificial.
You know they have
sweetness.
something called liquid smoke?
Yeah.
It's like they add it to certain flavors to give you that smoky taste or that smoky whatever sensation.
they add it to cocktails now.
They add to cocktails?
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay, hot and spicy.
Okay.
That's not just Ben's nickname, but that's also a flavor. That's also a flavor of spam.
What else is there?
A teriyaki, that's my nickname.
I like that one.
Light.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never seen this, nor do I not know what this is. And I'm sorry if I'm like not smart, but tocino?
Tocino.
Tocino?
Tocino?
Tocino? Tocino?
What is that?
What is that?
Is that like Spanish sausage or something?
Maybe. Guys, DM us, tell us what that is, because I'm too lazy to look this up right now.
That doesn't look that bad though.
But you don't know what it tastes like, because it might taste really artificial compared to what it's supposed to
that's
taste
true.
like.
Man, this is like chorizo flavor.
Maple.
Yeah, that one I had. That's disgusting.
And this final one which I've never seen, maybe this is like new, but I've never seen it because it's a collector's edition. So they currently produce this, guys. Find this in your local place. It's 25% less sodium Hawaiian collector's edition.
Whoa. So it's just less sodium.
I think the base flavor is less sodium.
And pineapples.
I don't know if it's actually, you know what? It just says Hawaiian label. So it's the same low sodium, but just with a can.
Right. That's all it is. There's no pineapples in this shit.
Yeah, there's no pineapple because I saw it at first. I thought it would be pineapple flavored.
That'd be interesting.
Collector's edition. Ben, if I'm in Hawaii and I see this, I will really bring this back for you.
I would appreciate that.
Just to keep it forever.
So yeah.
Maybe like two. One you could try to see if it's actually anything different, and one to just keep as is, as a collector's thing. That's pretty funny.
I like that.
Can you bring spam past TSA?
I think you can. Because it's technically, it's canned goods.
But does that have to be checked in? Or can you into your luggage?
I'm pretty sure spam.
I have a check-in bag anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I feel like spam, yeah, for sure. This is heavy.
Okay, so Korean. So anyways, there are real stories. Korean barbecue is the new flavor, which I'm really, really excited about, which is actually kind of good. I'm trying to see if I can order this online so we could try it on air for the podcast or something like that.
Oh,
do like a quick little video. Maybe like I'll just pan sear it or something. We'll just try it as is or try it with rice. That might be kind of fun to do.
Spam with eggs is actually fucking delicious.
Spam with eggs is amazing. And lots of cultures do that as like a dish.
Yeah.
Lots of people in China will just saute scrambled eggs with spam.
Yeah, bro. I love doing that.
One of the things that I used to do when I was at home as a kid cooking dinner, like, you know, when you shouldn't have been cooking dinner, was I used to make spam and eggs. That was one of my things I used to cook. As a kid, using the wok, like, you can't really do much, right? But spam and eggs was easy. Crack the eggs, chop the spam, saute it all together, and bam, you're done. Love having that as a kid.
Shout out to our friend, Joel Chang is actually the one that introduced me to that. Like cubed spam and just like, I think he had like 4 eggs and just fucking
scrambled eggs
with it. And I was like, he didn't have to add salt because the spam was salty enough.
Yeah, some people think it's too salty like that. But if you think about it, when you go to an American diner and you get corned beef is heavily seasoned.
Yeah, it's just mashed.
Yeah, it's mashed. It's basically mashed spam.
Yeah.
The same flavor profile almost as like mashed.
That's so true.
Okay, so according to the press release for spam Korean flavor is a nod to the relationship the spam brand has to Korean food culture and the ongoing celebration of global taste. This new variety not only satisfies the comfort and nostalgia of our current fans crave, but also attracts new fans who are eager to try the sweet and zesty flavors that Korean barbecue dishes and experience offer.
Zesty.
So we'll try it down there. I'll try to find this, but let's hope it sticks to it.
Yeah, and also, I hope I could find us a can of the turkey. And you too. That would be
I've never seen the turkey, I think.
I never saw it. That's what I'm saying. They have chicken?
No, they don't. I just listed all the ones they have.
Imagine.
They never had it.
They're going to release like spam, like fish. I'm like, what? That would be.
I don't think that could preserve as well. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I bet you they've gone through different flavors, and if it sticks, it's part of their regular lineup. And if it doesn't stick, it kind of gets kicked away. I bet you they rotate certain things like this because I can't imagine that hickory whatever smoke was when they made it, thought it was gonna last forever, but they made it. Maybe it sold well enough, and they kept it as an original, regular flavor, right? Constant flavor. Hopefully, what do you think are the chances of Korean barbecue sticking to the lineup?
I feel like since we talked about Hawaii, I feel like it's gonna be a banger in Hawaii. Well, I think if you see in Asian places, right, Asian like heavily populated cities,
Yeah.
it's probably gonna do well there. I just don't know if there'll be enough though. But I don't know. We gotta hopefully we have it at H Mart.
It all depends on the flavor. Yeah,
That's the thing.
If you can't find Korean barbecue flavor spam at H Mart, then where else are you gonna find that shit? From their website, I guess.
Yeah. What's it? That maple syrup one that you mentioned before?
Have you tried that?
Yeah, that one I had because I remember it was on sale, and there's a reason why. And my mom bought it, and she bought like 12 of them.
Wasn't that bad,
dude? It was disgusting, and we had to keep eating it because it's just
because you had it.
Yeah, so I was like, "Fuck, mom."
Was it artificial tasting?
It was so artificial tasting, and it was just like it's like fake sugar, like, and then you have like the maple syrup flavor too. I was like, "Oh man, this is just not enjoyable. You can't eat it with rice."
But apparently, it's very popular because it's consistently on their regular lineup. It's not being rotated out.
Yeah, I mean, I ate that like a long time ago, so it's still there.
So we want to try the Korean one and we want to try the turkey one. That's what we gotta try to find. All right, cool.
Maybe tocino or tocino. Tocino.
I'll look at what tocino is while you start with your next news thing.
So that's it. I had to keep the trend alive and keep going our streak. Japan's diaper makers look to adult market for revenue as births fall.
Oh, yes. We haven't done this favorite segment for a while. Declining Japanese birth rates.
I can't believe how long we've been able to keep this going.
Because it's the same news over and over. It's some side effect of them not having enough babies or too many old people.
Yeah.
Whatever news topic we have is an effect of those two trends because they're not fucking enough and they're living too long. This is what happens when you don't fuck enough and you live too long, Ben.
Yeah. Yes. That's true, guys.
Ben is doing the opposite. He's fucking too much and he's not gonna live too long.
Yo, 80, I'm like, damn, I gotta really try for 80, bro.
Not gonna lie, Ben. Not to say anything negative, but I think if you make it to 80, I'll take you out to dinner.
Wow. Yo, man. Yo, it'd be funny if like I'm 80 and like, I mean, actually, it'll be really depressing. And you guys are like barely making it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'll be so pissed.
Oh, you mean like
Yeah, you guys are struggling. I'll be so pissed. I'll be like, what the like, guys, like, I have like no more eyebrows. Like, what the fuck? You know?
At that point, we know that it's wives and kids stress you out. Wives and kids are decreasing your lifespan.
For the record, I'm not married. I didn't say that.
I'm not gonna say which one's more stressful.
You know, I will say this. I do think like, you know, me not being a dad yet and, you know, husband, people still think like I'm relatively young. But I'm like,
what's the definition of young though?
No, they still think I'm in my 20s.
Oh, really?
I still get that. And I'm like, yeah, I have to. I'm like,
is this in the dark? Are they meeting you in the dark?
I actually, yeah, most of it. It's pretty dark.
It's very dimly lit place.
I think it's in a black cab, actually. It's in the cab at night. But yeah, they'll say it. I'm like, oh, thanks. I'm like, and I'm like, no way, absolutely not.
Do you tell them your actual age?
Yeah. And they're like, oh, God, they throw up in their mouth. You know, they're like, oh, God. It's like, oh.
This is people that are trying to hit on you because with the woman, it might be different because then she views you differently. If she's trying to get you, but she thinks you're in your 20s.
Trying to trap me or get
trap you. But then if she suddenly finds out you're 10 years older, she might not be into that also.
I would say this, being an older male, it's actually more better. I realize.
Of course.
Yeah, as opposed,
it's easier too.
Yeah, so
less stigma.
Yeah, less stigma. Exactly, that's what it is. So that's what I know. It's not usually a bad thing, but it's just I don't like saying our age, you know, out loud kind of thing. But yeah,
we're not even that old, but okay, sure, why not?
I like that. There we go.
Yes, diapers,
man.
What was the news? They're making more adult diapers.
So the diaper companies I was making for babies, now they're moving on to making just adult diapers.
Yo,
that's crazy.
Yo.
Also, good segue. That's a great segue. That's like the perfect segue.
That's easy. Just make the same product just larger. Just make it larger.
Yeah, and just change like the baby to like a nice old Japanese man.
Yeah, make like a Gerber old man. They'll do like a new campaign. Like a Gerber old man. He's in the diaper and he's crawling around, and you can take nice pictures of him.
It's like, or just like an old like anime character guy. You know, like a grandpa, like Master Roshi.
Even right? If they like somehow were able to license Master Roshi from Dragon Ball and have him be in a diaper.
That'd be crazy. with the shell and the fucking king.
Yo, that'd be ultimate. That's so good. So good. So good, Ben. That's a great marketing idea. Maybe it would cost them too much money. Maybe they're not
right.
They're probably not that big of a company.
Because now they're also like struggling already with the actual babies.
Because they're struggling financially already. That's why they're making the switch.
Yeah.
Adult diapers seem like it would make sense though, but I feel actually, you know what?
It's not a bad idea.
The more I'm thinking about it, the more it makes sense because if Japanese people are living longer, because I was going to say that's only going to get you a few years, right? But they're living so long.
Yeah.
But they're living good, healthy years too. Do you just lose bladder control?
I think so. Period? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, for sure. I think like maybe or at night you just wear it just to be safe.
Oh, okay. It's more of a precautionary thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that too. Dude, I feel like even at my age, my bladder control is getting worse.
Yo, me too. I think we talked about it too. Like, I noticed like sometimes when me and Lingjie were leaving together, we always ask each other, bathroom check?
Yeah, yo,
we always do bathroom check now.
I do the same thing with my 5-year-old kid. We're going to go in the car right now. Use the bathroom first. I do that with me and my dad. We're going to go in the car. You guys use the bathroom first. Me too. I'll use the bathroom first.
You know, sometimes I have to, when I can't take a cab, or if I have to take, like public transport, I ask myself, will I have the urge?
You have to pee soon?
Yeah, right. Like, you have to think about it. And then it's like, shit, do I have to pee outside? You know?
Oh, little thing. We talked previously on the podcast about how like the protein container was like the best container to keep in your car.
Yeah.
Yo, but I'm one of those people that I don't follow what I preach because I didn't keep one in my car, and my son had to pee when we were like stuck in Manhattan traffic.
Yeah.
Luckily, we had a Poland Spring bottle, and luckily he has a 5-year-old penis. So
5-year-old penis.
So it worked out. But you know what was the funny thing? So my son's like, I have to pee, and we're stuck in Manhattan traffic, right? And we're like at least half an hour, 40 minutes from home.
Yeah.
So then we're like, oh, there's nowhere to pee. My wife takes out the Poland Spring container that we had in the car, and she gives it to me or like tries to pass it to me. And in my head, I'm thinking, my penis can't fit in this. I had my like wires crossed up because I was trying to think that he needs to pee and his penis is like the same size as my penis. You're recording something as I'm saying the word penis.
Yeah. I was gonna mute it.
It's fine. Leave it in.
Actually, I'm gonna just put quotation penis.
So I was looking at the Poland Spring container trying to measure up, and I forgot that my son's 5-year-old and he's not like an adult male.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, this should work perfectly fine. So we just pulled over, and I guess if you have a kid, if you have a male, if you have a female girl, then it's hard.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying.
I just realized.
They got a pop and squat. I think we're driving and a girl, she had to pee really bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, you have the pop and squat. It's like, oh no, luckily she found a restaurant.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like,
as a guy, it's so simple. Pull over, find some space.
Aim.
Absolute worst case, if you're like on the highway or the middle of nowhere, just pop your door open slightly and just pee outside.
Just pee out the window while you're driving.
Okay, pee out the window. So many times I've driven on the highway and there's cars and there's guys
peeing out their window.
No.
It's raining.
They pull over and they just like peeing on the side of the road. Anyways, diapers.
Oh, I was gonna say segue. No, it's not segue. But do you remember that time there was a kid in our elementary school? His name was Junior, I believe.
Yes. And
I remember we dared him.
I know where this story's going.
So we dared him, right?
We were dumb, immature kids in elementary school.
So we had a yellow school bus, right? That picks us up. And I remember we just dared him. It's like, yo, Junior, stick your dick out the window and just start peeing. And I don't know why. He was so happy to do it. He was so happy. He was smiling.
He had been waiting his whole life for someone to ask him that exact question.
I'm pretty sure I saw his penis. I'm pretty sure, Junior, you're not circumcised. So if you're listening, I'm pretty sure.
What's the chances?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And I just remember he was just peeing. And you just see the stream like dribbling into the air, like behind the school bus. And
hopefully you weren't sitting on the window seat behind them.
Yeah.
With the window open.
And I love how like the bus driver
didn't give a shit.
Yeah, that school bus. I can't remember what they look like.
Nope.
But they also did not give a shit.
They didn't, because I remember all the dumb things we did on the bus.
They never yelled at us.
I never remember hearing them say anything about all the dumb things.
I don't know what they sound like.
Other kids did.
I don't know what they look like. What they sound. It feels like a robot was driving.
It was probably like a Tesla bus back then. We don't even know.
I think you're right, bro. It was Elon Musk actually, like at the time. But yeah, shout out to Junior, man, like for doing that. That was crazy. You know?
Talk about random side stories.
Oh,
Diapers.
yes.
Diapers in Japan, Ben. Diapers in Japan.
Diapers in Japan. That's pretty much it.
Why are they switching to diapers?
As
Obviously,
Japan's population ages, the company is pouring more resources into the growing new market. It says revenues from adult diaper sales is already double that of those meant for babies. So it's working. It is working. So with births falling last year to a record low, Japan's population is likely to decline by about 30% to 87 million
by
2070. 30% is a lot.
40-something years.
That's a lot.
46 years.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
With 4 people in every 10 age 65 or more. Think about for every 10 Japanese adults, 4 of them will be over 65.
That's ridiculous.
That's terrifying. That means almost half. That's actually really scary.
There might be some good business opportunities here. What else can you sell old people besides diapers? Canes?
Oh, good point. That's fucking genius. Reading glasses,
Reading glasses?
suspenders, orthopedics,
Glucose supplements?
glucosamine, good one, bro. Glucosamine,
Glucosamine.
fucking
Calcium?
calcium,
Calcium, yeah.
dentures,
Denture cleaning products?
Life Alert,
Some sort of life alert.
Japan Alert. I don't know what we'll call it. What else is there? Fucking oatmeal.
Why oatmeal?
Oh, I'm sorry, kanji. What's the Japanese version of kanji?
Kanji.
Kanji-san.
Technically,
Kanji-san.
kanji is what they call the form of writing that looks like Chinese.
Oh, you're right.
That's
kanji.
like kanji, which is like Kanji. Yeah, kanji. That's what they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's
They say that the older you get, your bone density and your muscles decline. Obviously, some of that is not preventable because you just age, right? But a lot of it is preventable. That's why they say, like, in addition to just being active, like doing a lot of cardio for your heart health, you should do like a lot of weight training. No, sorry, not a lot. You should do some amount of like weight training because that'll help build up either bone density and or muscle density as well.
bone density. That's a very good point.
But muscle also, because as you get older, you lose a lot of skeletal muscle. And then you're not able to do as much as you want to. So that's why they say, like, when you get past a certain point, or just as early as you can, I guess, in your life, just start incorporating some amount of weight training. And I don't mean like go like squat like 800 pounds. I just mean like pick up a couple barbells, like smaller ones for your size. Do some basic
lunges,
stuff. Yeah, do some like squats and stuff like that. Because you want to keep that muscle on you as you age. Because a lot of the stuff for old people is not just that they age and they're mentally declining. It's just that physically they can't do as much as they can anymore.
Yeah, that's why like it's scary when, elderly people, they do fall.
Yeah.
They tend to, risk breaking, their bones. That's why like hip surgeries, knee replacement, all that stuff, it does happen a lot more frequently.
Yeah, because it's harder to recover when you're older.
Yeah.
But then if you have enough muscle on you, there's a decreased chance of you having those accidents, because sometimes a lot of those things are just caused because there's like imbalance, or you just didn't have enough force or muscle here to like catch yourself, or whatever the case might be, right?
Right. No, it's scary. Like, when you fall down accidentally, it's kind of scary. It's just like trying to make sure like you're not going to fucking really get hurt from it. A lot of injuries, the really severe ones, it's just from the impact of the fall.
My son's classmate's mother. Wow, that took a long way. Took a long way.
You said your friends?
No, my son's friend's class. No, my friend's son's mom. That's easier. My friend's son's mom was telling me how she had someone that fell forward, not her, but she knew someone that fell forward and broke both her wrists.
Yeah.
Because she caught herself with both the hands, and she ended up breaking both her wrists. I can't imagine when you're older and you break both your wrists.
Yeah.
And you have to heal like at least several months, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes.
That you're in a cast.
Oh.
And then you have the rehab afterwards. And I assume at some point, like, your mobility in the wrist is not where they used to be prior to the accident. So you can just imagine where just, try to take care of yourself. Don't just do cardio. Don't just do cardio. Do cardio because that's good for your heart health, but do some weight training because that's also good to keep that muscle on you, which you're going to need when you're like older. Yeah. So like whenever I see these TikTok videos of like older women and men doing like some barbell stuff, I'm like, yo, props to them, because that shows that they're in good shape.
Yeah, I agree with. I saw a recent video of this guy. It was an older gentleman. I think he was 70. He was doing pull-ups, but the theme was like he was dressed up as like a merman, like mermaid. I know.
You mean Aquaman?
No, it was. He literally said he called himself merman.
Did he have the tail like a mermaid?
He had the fucking tail, yeah.
So what's the difference with a merman and a mermaid?
I think
just no bra.
No bra, and I think like mermans and mermaids have the tail, where Aquamans and Aqualadies, I guess they have just legs. I don't fucking.
Aquaman is just a character. It's not like a
Like I mean, they're all I don't know,
They're all fictional things, okay?
but like he was just like doing it, and I was just like, I didn't even notice the tail and the merman part. I just noticed his age, and I was like, wow, this guy's in great shape. He's in way better shape than me, and he was like doing like, like gymnastics, like pulling himself up with the rings.
Body
and
weight stuff is crazy.
Yeah, so
I say this while I like struggle to do things myself. And Ben says this when he's pure bone and fat.
yes,
No muscle attached to anything.
nope. But kudos to them. But yeah,
All right.
Japan.
That was my turn or was that your turn?
It's your turn now.
Okay, this is kind of like not that big of a news, or it might be to some people.
Yeah.
You may not have known this. Google Translate, the app, both on your phone and like on the computer, when you translate to Chinese, you can just say Chinese, right? Because they only supported one type of Chinese, Mandarin.
Okay.
So you can either ask it to translate to Chinese, which defaults to Mandarin, or just directly ask it to translate to Mandarin, which it will clearly do. Finally, Google Translate has added Cantonese.
Oh, congratulations,
To some
Google.
people, it's a very big deal, right?
That is a big deal.
Because when you go to like a lot of these Cantonese speaking places in like Guangdong or like Hong Kong or like Macau, stuff like that, you used to like, I guess as a foreigner, struggle or try to like, I can't imagine if the person doesn't speak Mandarin but speaks Cantonese and you speak English and speak neither of those two, but you try to use the Mandarin app and they're like, what the fuck? I don't speak this dialect, right?
Yeah.
It gets kind of annoying. But now they finally support it. I've heard from some people that have tried using it that it's not like perfect. So there's certain things like certain phrases
Little bugs and stuff like that.
like it translates not as well, but it's the same thing with all the other languages, right? Once people start using them, it kind of like learns a little bit more or they just refine it so it gets better. So I guess this is big news to those of you that primarily speak Cantonese. I could never translate something to Cantonese.
Also, very, very shocked that they didn't have Cantonese sooner. I don't speak any of it, but obviously, like, I do know that Mandarin and Cantonese, they're like the front runners. I know Mandarin's a lot more, right? That's considered more universal.
That's more universal,
right?
and that's some people might even say that Cantonese is dying. Have you ever heard that?
No, I didn't. Actually, I didn't think about
so Cantonese as a language, there is this like belief that it's not as useful going forward into the future anymore.
Mandarin's taking over heavy.
Because, China, the country itself, like pushes Mandarin as the common people's language, right?
Oh,
so there's only certain parts of the world where Cantonese is the primary Chinese dialect. So like in Southeast China and like in Hong Kong and Macau and stuff, like Cantonese is the primary language over there. But in China, and you know how I keep saying like Hong Kong and
other Chinas.
the other Chinas, right? Give it enough time. It is really like, not that people are not trying to save it or not that people are like inherently trying to not learn it, but just from a practical perspective, there's less and less opportunities to use Cantonese. Even like here, you may not know, but like Chinatown, Manhattan, a lot of the restaurants speak Cantonese.
That's the vibe I get, especially like the OGs, like the older people.
Even
right?
like in Flushing, a lot of the older places speak Cantonese, but almost every new place is speaking Mandarin. And a lot of that is because it's like mainland China people that are bringing over their businesses or stuff like that. So it is like, I hope it doesn't die out, but even me as a father, when I made a choice, what do I teach my son? Do I teach him my dialect of Chinese, which is Wenzhou?
Yeah.
Nope. That's completely useless, right? That's definitely useless. Or do I teach him Cantonese, which my wife does speak? Like that was her primary language at home.
Oh, I didn't know that was her primary.
Because I kept joking to her, this shit's useless in the future.
Yeah, you're like the future.
The future, you got to think about the future, right? So we chose to teach him Mandarin. Luckily, my wife speaks Mandarin already, and I had to like learn it and refine my Mandarin. For him, I'm thinking 20, 30 years in the future, if he needs a practical secondary language, what would you pick? Chinese, Mandarin, Spanish? Those are your top choices for other languages just to do anything around the world, like do business.
Right. You just kind of got to go with like the majority.
Yeah. And it makes sense because if he learns Cantonese and he tries to learn Mandarin later, it's going to be ultra difficult. But if he learns Mandarin now, and if he wants to dabble in Cantonese on his own, whether or not he fails in it, it's not that important, I would say. But him learning Mandarin is much, much more important going forward.
And also, it just helps like, for opportunities. That's the truth too. You just kind of follow where the world is kind of leaning towards.
Yeah. I think like sometimes when you tell people you speak Chinese for business environments, they just think you speak Mandarin.
That's what I was going to ask.
I was like, Jimmy in HR speaks Chinese, and they just default to thinking that's Mandarin. And like, oh, we have another client that needs some translating, right?
Mandarin.
It's mainly Mandarin, right? Like there's probably very few opportunities where it's like Cantonese to Cantonese and it's needed over there.
Shout out to, by the way, like just shout out to like people that work as like nurses and they have to answer the phones. and it's primarily like in Flushing, where like the girls is usually like females. They can speak like every fucking language.
Yeah, like all the dialects,
Yo,
English.
And like all the different Chinese dialects. Yo, shout out to them, by the way. Like that's a very powerful tool.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I mean, when you live in a minority heavy neighborhood, you kind of like by default have to.
Yeah.
Like my wife works for a health clinic, right? But like one of the requirements for being hired there, whether it's low staff MAs or like higher staff people, is ideally you want to be bilingual, and like bilingual with
Right.
Mandarin, and then a
Spanish.
little bit of Cantonese would help as well.
Yeah, Cantonese.
Yo, also shout out to people that like speak fluent multiple languages. Yo, that's tough.
I met a girl. She spoke Korean, Mandarin,
What?
and Spanish. I didn't believe, and you know, obviously English. I didn't believe her in the Spanish, but then I started talking to her and listening. I was like, oh shit,
What's her ethnicity?
she's Korean.
Okay, so her Korean is best, but you don't know how good her. Well, Spanish you can gauge.
Gage, you could, yeah,
I've
Spanish.
heard enough Spanish where I know it's bad or good.
Yeah, exactly.
I may not understand it,
right.
but I know it's good or bad.
And with her Chinese, my friend happened to be Chinese,
Okay.
so she was talking to him,
Oh, nice.
and I was like, oh crap. I was like, yo, just work at the United Nations at this point.
Polylingual people.
Yeah, dude.
Ultimate flex.
Yeah,
All
bro.
right, Ben, do one final one, and then we'll
Yes.
kind of wrap this one up.
So, what's it? Indians are battling the intense heat with a mad rush for obvious things like AC.
Water.
Water, right? Close to the water. Air conditioners, not water, but its cousin, beer. Yep.
What is the actual stat?
Demand for beer in India has a multi-year high,
Yes.
and air conditioner sales are skyrocketing along with beer. So I was asking the same fucking question. Like,
Why not just water?
why not water? You would just think water or ice at this point, right?
Okay, here's my theory before you get to your
Yes,
fact.
yes, please.
Here's my theory. In the olden days, when like Christopher Columbus or people of his generation used to sail the seven seas,
Yeah.
they didn't have fresh, clean water. But what they did have was barrels full of alcohol because the alcohol would keep some of the bacteria out.
Yes.
So a lot of times when you were taking these long journeys, whether it's by land or sea, and you were unsure of your source of water, you would bring alcohol because that would, in theory, last longer and be more sanitary. Is this part of the reason? Is it like certain areas don't have easy access to fresh water?
That is true.
This is a theory, by the way. I'm just like
No,
pulling this
no,
out
no.
of my ass.
And that's why it's also really sad that you know, some third world countries, it's easier for them or cheaper to buy Coca-Colas and Pepsis than actual just fresh
water.
bottled water. So
Yeah.
it does make sense, bro. You know, that's why even back then, like medieval times, they just drank a shitload of like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
Beer.
and wine.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you could make sure the water was actually like safe to drink.
Everything else is full of bacteria.
Yeah, bro. So like, imagine that. Like we waking up, it's like, yo, where's your bottle of red?
Babies just transition from breast milk to beer.
Yeah,
There's nothing in between.
Yeah, dude.
There's no water. There's no formula. It's just breast milk. Once that's like tapped up and like dry,
Yeah.
you go straight to beer.
I put a bottle cover on like a fucking Miller Lite and just put it on the baby and shit.
Put like a nipple on it.
Yeah, dude.
So is there a reason why they say it's like going up in sales?
Yeah, so pretty much like what's the theory behind it? They just said that and I'm gonna read the quote. Let me look for it.
Okay.
It says, beer in the scorching heat, he said, makes Indians, quote unquote, feel better without getting too high on alcohol. So
Beer is pretty light, yeah. Especially light beer.
I'm assuming the theory is like when you do drink beer, I guess it does allow your body to exfoliate more, and you know you get that rosacea, right? And I guess maybe it allows the heat to escape your body faster. That's my theory behind
Pseudoscience, by the way, guys.
it.
It's all
Pseudoscience.
pseudoscience.
What's this? So I'm gonna practice that tonight by getting hammered. But
Ben will take his core temperature levels before and after or something,
got
right?
like a thermal gun and just point at me. I was like, all right, Ben, just take 10 shots. Let me measure it after. But that's the science behind it. They did say also ice cream definitely has spiked, which makes sense. But the beer, I was like, are they just pouring the beer under fucking
I was
like
gonna say, right?
yeah, is there
You
something
can technically
in
have
the beer?
cold water. You can have soda as well, right?
Yeah.
The same shit too. Like I've been drinking this whole summer. I've drank like exclusively cold ass seltzer water because my wife says I don't like to drink plain water.
Yeah.
But I'll just drink cold water because like when it's hot or I'm on the treadmill or like post whatever, just like a cold seltzer water is that's refreshing as hell between the carbonation, the fact that it's icy cold,
when it hits, yeah. Ice cold seltzer. Ooh.
and I don't have to feel guilty that I'm like chugging like a Coke or something like that.
Yeah. Is it true like about it like ruining your digestion and pseudoscience because we don't You know,
So
but that and
I
your teeth.
actually looked further into it. The only, and this is saying this with like almost the most confident I'll ever say something.
You know who you are, friend. Go fact check
The
us.
most confident I'll ever say something. Based on the actual studies, right? The only small percentage of people that may, even this percentage of people that may have an issue with too much seltzer water and it's like high amounts are people that have acid reflux.
Okay.
Those people might have an issue with seltzer water in high quantity. For everyone else, there is no issues. There's no like dissolving your teeth away or like anything else like that. There is anything wrong with that. Once again, I'm sure if you're chugging like 50 gallons of seltzer water a day, you're causing some other issues, but there's nothing bad about that.
That's crazy. I'm looking at it right now. Fucking Pellegrino skyrocketed 600%.
Thank you. After my statement here.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I, by the way, buy whatever brand of seltzer water is on sale that week.
In
whatever flavor. I don't give a shit. As long as it's not like a sugared flavor.
Yeah.
Whatever like 0-calorie seltzer water, I buy if it's on sale.
Oh my God. LaCroix is a sponsored water for McDonald's.
LaCroix is no longer on sale, by the way.
Fuck LaCroix.
Weird side note, people around the US that use Amazon, did you have this weird 1 month period when you were all buying very, very cheap LaCroix from Amazon and drinking it?
Yeah, dude. Like
everyone in this entire country.
I have boxes. I just bought as much as I can. I bought flavors. I was like, I don't know if this is a real flavor.
But you bought it because it was on sale.
It was on sale.
And it was free shipping.
It was free shipping. Yeah, you're right.
Do they do the bottle fee on Amazon if you buy?
There is.
They do? Okay. I was going to say you could avoid that, but I guess you can't.
Also, just I guess a shout out and a big apology to those Amazon delivery people.
For a month straight, they were probably like really pissed off.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Because all their boxes were just heavy, tiny square boxes full of LaCroix.
And you were able to do like 10 of them. Like the quantities were ridiculous. Not like 2 per order. You could do 10 in one shot.
And they wouldn't send it in one shot, thank God, because they would die. But they would just, I guess, as they were being resupplied, they just kept sending out the rest of your order.
That's crazy.
So you got like 2 now, 3 later, 5 over there to fulfill your entire order. But shout out to the Amazon truck drivers.
Yeah, the year of the LaCroix.
All right, on to ranting and raving, where we like to bitch about something negative happening in our lives, or every once in a while, rave about something positive happening in our lives. Ben, I'm gonna guess something negative. What is a positive? What is negatively impacting your life right now?
Global warming. No. Well, actually, it technically is. I mean, shout out to India again. But I just had a story recently. We got to go to a KTV. It was in Flushing, Main Street. Really nice KTV and everything, right? So we're trying to finish. We leave. And hear me out, like what you think, what you would do in this position.
Okay,
right?
I'll save my judgment for the end.
Yeah. So it's on the second floor. There are stairs, and then there's an elevator. I wanted to take the stairs, right? But they put a little stanchion, and there was a security escorting us because we were the last ones. And they're like, "Oh no!" So he said, "Oh, take the elevator." There's 15 of us. So first off the bat, I'm like, "Hey, like we're not gonna get stuck in this, right? Ha 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 ha, right?" We get into the fucking elevator. As soon as we're trying to press down. Just mind you, we needed just one fucking floor. We saw the floor from the stairs.
Yeah.
We got stuck in that shit, and we're fucking.
While it was closed.
And we're a shit face, 15 of us. And I just remember I was like, no fucking way. And I remember when the elevator, I was like, yo, how funny would it be if we got stuck? I literally said that out loud too. And we got stuck. And it's a shitty feeling when there was no AC too. So there was no circulation.
Oh, that's even worse.
We were stuck there for maybe 15 minutes.
That's pretty long.
It is long, right?
15 minutes inside a like tight elevator with 14 other people.
We were skin on skin pretty much. And the worst part was,
someone had to take a shit.
Imagine it was me actually. No, thank you.
I was carrying his protein container.
I sharted a lot. I feel bad for some of the ladies in there because some of them, were suffering from like the heat, which we all were. But then one, she was like, "Oh, I have like severe like claustrophobia, anxiety." I'm like,
"Oh shit, that's even worse."
She was next to me too, and I felt so bad.
Did you try to make more space for her if possible?
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, like if you want, I can sit down." So it give you like a little
more.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what
every other person
sits down.
Just sit down, so there's enough vertical space.
I was even trying to see if the elevator had like a little escape hatch in the roof. Which
you were gonna climb out. You were gonna climb out.
Yeah, because it'll be one less body. There'll be some space, And
then once the elevator starts
moving,
moving,
go back up. Then I'm squishy. I'm a pancake. But this is the thing now. So eventually they open it. We get out, right? I'm pissed, right? And I go to the front desk or whatever, the KTV people, right? And I'm like, hey, like that was ridiculous that we got stuck there.
When you could have physically walked one flight of stairs, I was right there.
Right. And I said, like, I even asked you guys, is it okay? I did ask you, and I see the camera there, so you can't bullshit us. The security was right there, and they saw us right there, so they should have stopped us if they know, right? And you guys did nothing, so you technically did allow that under your watch. So I pretty much said, like, what are you going to be doing to compensate? And, bro, they pretty much were like, oh, we gave you water, though. I was like, you gave us fucking water?
You mean they gave you water when you came out of the elevator?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, because it's fucking Voss? You fucking schmucks? Like, whoop-de fucking
This
do.
was after you were done singing.
After, yeah. Because, pretty much I was telling this, like, yo, we got to get something out of this. Like, that was incredibly unprofessional and just dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, because there's so many things. Like, because I was more mad because I asked them if it's okay.
Yeah.
I asked. It'd be one thing if we just all were being dickheads. And
Well, what's the chance that elevator always gets stuck? If it's an elevator that has a history of always getting stuck when it's to capacity.
But they should know that.
No. Well, if it has a history of it, then yeah. But if this was a one-time thing, or this is the first time it ever happened, then you can't blame them directly.
I can't blame them directly, but again, I offered to take the stairs, and which is disgruntled. And also, prior to that, I didn't really know because I was there for the whole time, but they were saying that how the AC wasn't really working. Because I remember when I walked in, I was like, it's kind of warm in here.
Inside the KTV room?
In the room itself. And it's a lot of us, right? But it's a big room. It's a very, very large room. And it was brand new too, this place. So, they said like, oh, so you guys were here. They were there for 5 hours, I remember.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. And for 5 hours, when I got there, they're all, half of them were passed out. So they're on the couches and shit. But
KTV rooms by default just turn into a sleeping lounge after a while.
They're very comfortable.
Yeah, they are.
They're very comfortable. The table you could use as an ottoman.
Yeah.
You could play whatever song you like. Technically.
Chairs are comfy. Lounges are comfy.
Yeah, technically they have food.
You get progressively more drunk afterwards, so you get more sleepy.
Yeah, it's a fun time. It's really, really fun.
It turns into a hotel room.
It turns into a hotel living
pretty
room.
Much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Right. So, eventually I was able to get them to give like $200 credit. But
towards like a future purchase?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's credit. And, a lot of my friends are like, we're never going to come back here ever again.
You got to go back for just like an hour or something.
Just to use that free.
Yeah, you gotta.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, we'll get like a cheap bottle.
Yeah.
And sing there for like an hour and then call it a day.
Just like a quick thing next time. It's better than nothing. It's at least free alcohol.
Yeah, that's, that was the best. I guess that was the kicker of it. But yeah, like, I'm not the type to complain, but I was really pissed about how they were like just not giving a fuck.
Were they apologetic?
No, they weren't. They were just like more like, just get the fuck out of here and just be mad quiet about it.
If they were apologetic, but just says, hey, I can't really give you anything because of yada yada, but they're still like, I'm sorry, yeah, whatever.
That's all, the dance.
It's above my power. I can't really do this for you, but I'm really, really sorry,
That's all I wanted. Just to
next time when you come by, I will take care of you.
Something, and that's all I wanted, but they just clearly didn't give a fuck. And that's the thing that pissed me off. And the fact that they're just like, oh, but we gave you water. The way they said it, I was like, I'm about to just give you a fucking punch to the fucking face at this rate. So yeah, that's my fucking.
That's a long rant, but that's a good rant.
I'm sorry.
No, that's
what
good.
Did you have? What did you have, bro?
I don't like when things don't have price tags on them. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna go with this because I also don't want to. I don't want to make this long.
Oh, sorry. Fuck.
That's good. That was a nice rant, guys. Let me know if Ben did the wrong thing or did the right thing, or how you would react in a similar situation.
Give you a bottle of water.
So at the card show, lots of stuff weren't tagged up in price.
That's what you said.
Half the stuff would be tagged up in price, so you could quickly walk past the booth, look at the card, see that they have this price.
Yeah.
You always know there's like some wiggle room, but if they have like a card tagged for like 1,000 and you want to pay 500, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But if they have a tag for like 6 something, maybe you can get close to your 500, right? I'm trying to say that. But so many booths just didn't even have a tag like on the thing.
It sounded like you said boobs. I was like, yeah.
Boobs and the porn stars, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
So many booths just didn't have a tag at all.
Yeah.
If you put a number that's a little bit higher than what you want to sell for, that's fine. Just so the people walking by have like a range or something, right? If you have absolutely no prices on your stuff, like I don't know if you're charging more than the market price, double the market price, or just like you're a really good deal. I don't know any of that shit.
I feel like they don't have the sticker because they try to. Do you think like it's like expensive or there has to be something?
I get that some booths have like a really expensive card, so they're not priced. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a lot of the booths just had nothing priced, period. So you have to ask for every single card.
Right.
I also feel like that's wasting their time too.
That is true.
Everyone that comes by that looks at your dozens, hundreds of cards or slabs has to ask you the price on everyone they're interested in.
Right.
That's wasting your time too, right?
That kind of is actually you're right, because if you see the price point, you could like you said, if it's if you're thinking 500, but they want 1,000, there's no point.
Yeah, you're not gonna find some common ground there. But if they're like in a range, you can try to haggle them down. So it makes no sense that so many people didn't have prices for all their stuff.
Yeah,
because I feel like you get less business that way too, right?
that is true. Do you get really upset when you're trying to sell something and they try to like offer you this long story and then they offer you this like really lowball offer? Like I remember I listed something. It was some kind of Otani thing, and the person that what they were offering was literally, I would say,
half of the.
Listen, it was like 75% of.
I just ignore. If it's an online message, I just ignore.
I want to literally be like, go fuck yourself.
No.
Period. But I know with you, you're more zen about it.
I just ignore.
I know.
I'll list stuff all the time, and like someone will offer me less than half of it. I just ignore those messages.
Is there someone that like keeps like talking to themselves like, hey, like
sometimes there'll be like a person that
will
will like
say something.
He'll go up like $5 at a time, but his max would still be like half of the list price.
And then they like tell you this whole lifestyle. Like, look, man, what's it? My card just got repossessed. It's like, I work at the Cheetos factory. It's like, but then why are you buying cards?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like
it's like this Charizard card will reunite me with my wife. And we'll have like a better marriage or something, right? Like some bullshit stuff.
I have to tell people, it's like, I tell them literally, you don't have to buy this. And like, I need this one. It's some crazy like crackhead energy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, but I agree with you.
If you guys sell stuff, have a list price, please. It's even worse when I go to like stores that don't have it, like retail stores.
Oh, that means it's free.
All right, we're at the outro. Hope you guys have fun. Happy August to all of you.
Yeah.
We should hopefully get a couple more episodes out the rest of this month.
I hope we could do the Korean barbecue thing, or just like a spam thing. That also, I'm just hungry.
If you see it at the store, buy it. And if I see it at the store, I'll buy it too.
Imagine you could flip them for like triple the price.
I bet you could flip that. The limited edition, less sodium one, the Hawaiian Collector's Edition. That you can probably flip for a little bit.
I just need the cover and just put on regular spam. the low sodium one. That's all you gotta do.
You think like you could just take regular spam and like some KBBQ sauce and just like marinate it, and it's very, very similar.
I mean, technically, that's what
it's probably what it is, right?
Yeah, it is. It's just that's what we gotta see how good this fucking marinade is.
All right, guys, thank you for your continued support. Follow us on all the social medias if you have not, at Worst Asian Pod on every single one. You can talk with Ben over there. If you have messages for me, you can send to the same thing. Ben will just forward them my way.
Yes.
Once again, I know it's like this weird transition where Ben taking over the social media, so I know you guys miss me and don't want to talk to Ben.
Yep.
Which is fine.
That's fine.
Ben's a nice guy.
Yep.
Ben's a nice guy. Which episode did we tell the kissing story? Not this one. Last one.
Oh shit! I was like,
I think that's the last one. Okay,
that was the last one. Yeah.
All right. Follow us there for daily updates or stuff we're doing that's not podcast related as well.
Yeah.
Give us a 5-star review on Amazon, or not Amazon. Don't give us a 5-star review. What do we sell it?
Do we have merch?
No, we don't.
We got to get merch. People have asked.
Stickers and pins are the only thing I would ever do.
What if I could make mugs and t-shirts?
Nah, t-shirts are whack. Give us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify. It really means a lot to us. It does a lot for the algorithm. Keeps me motivated to keep this ship ashore.
That's true.
Ship afloat.
Chip ahoy.
Keep this shit afloat.
Yes. Keep our doo-doo.
See you guys next week. Adios.
Later.
Bye.